Hello. Looks like I'll be going it alone today, which is totally fine. I'm really excited to finally get some reading done. I haven't been reading at all. I've been in a slump, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna read yet. I think I'm just gonna try to finish some stuff that I've already started. I don't know. Hello. But if you're out there, let me know what you'll be reading today. We'll probably it's totally fine, Carol. I get it. I get it. If anyone gets it, it's me. I will probably start sprints pretty early since I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I mean, honestly, like I just got off work and I just grabbed like a couple of books really quick so that I could just go live and like just not I'm chaotic right now, but it's fine. I just try to plan these like whenever I have like any free time whatsoever, and that's like not very often. So I'm trying to do like a million things at one time. But how is everyone? What are you going to be reading? Let me know. Shirley Jackson, but I might have to switch it up to audiobook option. I know I might have to pick up an audiobook too. Just depends, because I might do an audiobook for the first round of sprints. I don't know what I have. Like what I'm gonna have to like look on my overdrive and see if there's anything like available that I've been waiting for. Because I don't know. Ooh, I could borrow The Resting Place right now and just like read that a month early. I might do that. I think I'm gonna just borrow that, and then I might start listening to that. That way I can like have a snack during the sprints or something. So hello. What are you reading? Going to try and get into The Crown of Midnight. Having a hard time. I want to go back and like reread some like what is the Shadowhunter stuff? Like I don't know if I'm gonna like be into it or not. So I'm like, I don't know. Because isn't that's part of that series, right? Oh my gosh. If I'm mistaken, then okay, not completely all there today. Just started Verity Day reading out of my comfort zone. Wow. A lot of people suggest Verity to me, like if I want to read some Colleen Hoover, because I've never read Colleen Hoover before. So I don't know. I'm curious what you're gonna say about it. You might convince me to pick it up. I don't know. And what's the ooh about? Like, is it a good ooh or a bad ooh? What is that? I started Fragments of Horror. I know it's just like a manga. Like I literally like I'm only like a little ways into it. Like I started it days ago, got distracted, haven't picked it up since. Oh yeah, Throne of Glass. Okay, now I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know why I'm thinking of like Lady Midnight, I think is what I was thinking. But I've only ever read the Crescent City. So I don't know. Should I read other Sarah J. Maas? I really like Crescent City. I haven't picked up House of Sky and Breath yet, but it's going to happen when I'm out of this slump. Oh, interesting. I don't know. It's like a thriller though, right? Like it's very different from her other books. I don't know. Yeah, it's the only one that I've ever had like saved on my Amazon wish list is Verity. Like, I don't know. I am very curious about it. But I don't know if it'll be for me or not. So I think I'm gonna pick up Fragments of Horror. I'm gonna try to finish it so I can get out of my reading slump. because it sucks. It sucks being slumpy because I really want to pick up the Book of Cold Cases. Like, I really, really, really want to read this right now. So bad. So I need to like finish something so I feel like ready and in the mood to like read some more. But I would like to listen to an audiobook too. So I don't know. I'm going to keep the resting place just kind of, on deck for now. And maybe I'll feel like listening to it. It's a thriller. And she went pretty dark. See, and I think that's why I'm interested in it because it's like, it sounded very much like a thriller. Mm-hmm. I think I'm interested in reading her other stuff. Like if I can ever find the time to like pick up a series. I don't know. Oh, interesting. I'm excited about very I definitely still want to read it. I still have it like in mind for something to read in the future. It's like a million things I want to read right now. It's crazy. So, if you guys want to sprint at like 20 and then we can sprint to the hour, get a good like 40 minutes of reading in, that would be awesome. That way I'm not talking your heads off because I can go on a tangent at times. Yeah, those are wild times. Can you pick me a book to read between the Grace Year by Kim Liggett? To read between it, like you're in between reading, like I'm confused right now. Can you pick me a book to read between the Grace Year? Is there another option? I have that one on hold through my library and I'm waiting for it to come through too because still haven't read that one. Still have not, but I really, really want to. If you're thinking of that as an option, then yes, read that. But something else that you would want to read? I don't know. Between the Grace Year and what? I'm just looking at all my holds for on my on Overdrive right now to see what's available. Or Nightingale in the Kingdom of a Room. Oh, okay. You should read The Grace Year. And then let me know what you think because I have it on hold in my library. So that would be fun. I'm excited. I want to read that one for sure. Just I want to read everything. I want to read everything and do everything at the same time. And I had like no time to read all weekend. We went to the zoo yesterday. It was so much fun. Robin had a blast. She thought there was going to be she thought there would be dinosaurs because we were talking about all the animals that she's going to see when she's there. And we're like zebras and elephants and all these things. And she's like, and dinosaurs. And I was like, no, there's not going to be dinosaurs. But they did have some cool dinosaur stuff at the gift shop that she did get. But she loved like the flamingos and the hippos. And she just had a great time. But I'm so tired still from that. I got home and then like was up pretty late and then I got a phone call from work like super late asking me to come in early this morning and then I'm just like exhausted, but it's fine. It's fine. She's obsessed. She's so obsessed. We thought like the dinosaur thing would eventually just like phase out, but it's like no, not at all. Like it's just she's obsessed. She has this like little dinosaur backpack that she carries around and she has her little dinosaurs and they're like specific ones that she likes over all the others, just these specific ones, and she names them off the characters from Land Before Time and then she takes them everywhere she goes. So Yeah, she's a goof. I love it though. So unfortunately, she didn't see dinosaurs at the zoo, but she did see some other stuff and she loved it. So yeah, do you guys want to sprint to the hour? Do you want to do like full 40 minutes? Do you want me to talk some more? Because I mean, I could talk. I have like still a lot to update on, like considering I haven't really, I don't know, been on a live in a while. I mean, we just did one, but I didn't get to talk very much because I didn't finish the book, so I didn't have a lot to say. But there's a lot. Hi, Kim. How are you? So yeah, if you guys want to sprint for 40 minutes, you guys want to sprint that long, or we could wait and do 30. Whatever you want to do. I could start the timer now. I don't know. I know I could probably use a snack and like, I don't know, start listening to an audiobook or something until the hour's good. Awesome. What are you reading? A Stranger in the House by Sherry Lapina. Oh, I haven't read that one before. I've only read one Sherry Lapina, and it was The Couple Next Door, I believe. And I thought it was pretty average, but A Stranger in the House has always been like one that I am really interested in picking up, like over all the other like new releases. So let me know how you feel about it. All right, so I'll just go ahead and start the timer and we'll go ahead and just sprint to the hour. Why not? It's so much easier to just plan it out that way. And then I will be right back. Oh. Yeah, it was like years ago when I read it. It was so long ago. But yeah, okay, let's get to reading. Oh, The Other Black Girl by Adela Harris. Oh, how do you like it? I'm going to mute now. And I think, yeah, I'm going to pick this up to start off because it'll be easier. And then hopefully I feel super in the mood to read. All right. It's a really good part that I stopped on. So how much did you read? I am almost finished. I read about like 4. I was on the 4th story. I was at the end of it. So if you haven't read any Genji Ito, just saying, like, you should definitely check it out. There was an array of emotions on like those 4 stories, how different they were, and just like terrifying and disgusting and sad. It's just, yeah, it was really good. But yeah, let me know what you're reading and how much you've read. If you're liking it, how do you feel about it? I feel like I'm going to finish this next sprint, and then I'm probably going to jump into the Book of Cold Cases because I really want to read that. I'm excited. A few pages are still, a few pages, still progress. 54, got you some dark thoughts in there. I can't imagine reading that after. I wonder, yeah. I don't know. You guys are making me curious. I want to read it. It's weird, like the stuff that appeals to us as like horror and thriller readers, because we're like, oh, it has like dark scenes and like spooky stuff. Yeah, I want to read that. Read a few pages too. Great. Did you end up picking up the Gracier? Because I'm curious. I want to read that. Love Lapina. I wish there were more books on her backlist for me to read. Like I said, I only read the couple next door, but I'm still really interested in reading her other stuff. I love those like just like easy, fast-paced like thrillers. And she writes like seems like she writes those. So yes, awesome. Are you liking it so far? I know you're only like a few pages in, but everyone seems to really like the Gracier. Like it's kind of like underrated, but also has like a lot of buzz. Like I feel like a lot of people haven't read it, but everyone that I've talked to that has read it is like, oh, this book is so great. Made it to part 2. I really want to read House of Sky and Breath. I don't know, so bad. But I can't like pick up a book that big in a slump. I just can't. I can't do it. As much as I want to like read that, I want to read Empire of the Vampire, which I was like slowly making my way through and then like completely stopped reading. Like I just can't. I have so much. Okay. Well, I've only watched The Hunger Games. I haven't read it. I don't know how close it is to like the book. But I did enjoy the movies. I just never read the book, so yeah. So right now I've like pretty much just been reading like Saga before bed. That's all I've been reading. Like that's the most amount of reading that I've been getting done, and it's like a few pages and then I pass out. I just haven't had the time or the energy. I could probably listen to some audiobooks this week while I like do stuff around the house. I could probably do that. I've been just listening to podcasts. So I ordered this really cute like print. It's a really cute like ghost print for my book room, but I'm gonna order some more from this like artist. But I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's all like glary because it's in the plastic film. But It's this artist that I found on Instagram because of Aaron Megan. And she makes these like really cool, like ghosty prints and like there's t-shirts and all kinds of stuff. But I really wanted one of these prints and I was just like love this. I think it's like absolutely gorgeous. And I want to get a few more and just kind of have that be like the theme of my book room, just like ghosts. I don't know, I just love it. I'm so happy that I got it. I've been like buying stuff like crazy. I don't know, call it retail therapy, whatever you want, but like I have been spending a lot of money. I don't know, it's making me feel good right now, so it's kind of just what I'm doing. This is the shop, Gloomy Grove. So pretty awesome. Yeah, I feel like I mean, I feel like it pops up a lot. I don't know if it's just for me or what, but I feel like I see like a lot of her prints. And they're all kind of like that. Like it's like ghosts in the middle of like the forest or like in a greenhouse or stuff like that. It's like really, really cute. I don't know. I like it. So I want to order another one. Just like maybe have like 3 or 4 and then just have them on the wall. I don't know. I've been really wanting to do some stuff with this room because I don't know. I spend a lot of time in here, but I don't like spend a lot of time making it cozy. And I feel like I should. Yeah, that's about it. I've been doing nothing but buying plants and but, like buying plants, taking care of my plants, researching like all about my plants and like what they are. I literally bought 5 plants on Friday because I work at a grocery store, but we have a huge floral department and we don't typically get a whole ton of plants, but right now we got so many cool house plants, like cool ones that I've like wanted for a really long time. So I ended up buying like 5 of them and I am so excited. I have like them everywhere and they're just so pretty and they make me so happy. So I've kind of been obsessed with plants right now and I'm just like I've always really loved plants, but I'm just really obsessed with like researching about my plants and like learning how to take care of them. So I'm gonna start like a little book where I can put all the different plants and like their specific care into that book so I can keep track because now I have probably somewhere around like I don't know, I would say maybe 12. I don't know. I would have to count. I want to say like maybe like 12 plants. Something like that. Oh, that's cool. Do you buy a ton of plants too? Because I would immediately just like buy the plants as soon as they came in, or like I would hoard them. Because like immediately when I usually work like early mornings, so I will see the girl out there like putting them out, and I'm like, what do you have? What do you have? Like she's used to me by at this point, like just asking her what kind of plant she got in. But, yeah, I will immediately, like, take them and hide them somewhere, and then as soon as I get a break, like, buy them because I'm like, "I need these plants." They just make me so happy, and it's like, I don't know, I've needed that boost of, like, serotonin lately, I don't know, and I'm like, "If I just buy some plants, I'm gonna feel so much better," and it really does work, I don't know. I don't know, and then I have this other thing, these other things to take care of, but it's great, I've been having a good time. Yeah, I keep see, this is the one room in the house that is not taken over by children's things. the one room, and that's only because my shelves are not earthquake proof, which I live in California, they should be. I'm aware of this. I'm very aware of this. But they're not. So I keep this room shut and completely like off limits at all times unless it's just me. Like it's my room. So I'm the only one in here. Robin cannot be in here by herself at all. And so there's really nothing in here other than I do hide things in here. So like, you know, like presents for her or like yeah, pretty much just presents for her, like treats for her, presents for her that I don't want her to like get into or see. That's like those things are in here, but other than that, it's completely like off limits to like her and her stuff. That's sweet. I think buying plants is like, I don't know, it's awesome. I always buy plants for people and I don't know whether they like them or not, but I think it's like a really great gift and it lasts like a long time if you take care of them, you know? So, um, I don't know, I'd much rather get like a plant than get like a bouquet of flowers, even though I love a good bouquet of flowers. But I would rather like get a plant. It lasts so much longer. And I just love it. It just makes me happy. So I want my entire house covered in plants. Like that would be a dream. Yeah, Robin has definitely like came in here and grabbed some Easter eggs that I had like hidden for her Easter basket. And then I was just like, well, whatever. I don't know. So she's like came across things here and there, but for the most part, like I've been pretty good about keeping it hidden. Sometimes I will be in here, in and out, and I'll just like leave the door cracked and she'll like run in here and she'll get into something and run out with it. So I have to be like very careful about it. Oh my, I've bought so much stuff for like this Easter basket. And I'm like, I don't even know if we're gonna be here. We might even be camping. That's like a plan. I don't know. We're just kind of on the fence about. We're like, we'll see how we feel, like if we feel like going or not. We're just gonna get things ready, and then if we feel like going camping or whatever, then we'll do that. Or we might just stay here. I don't know. The great thing I always tell my husband because he's always like the type of person that feels like obligated to do things all the time, especially if he's like invited somewhere, he feels like he has to go. And like, so he'll be like, oh, well, they invited us to do this or they invited us to do that. And, you know, sometimes you don't want to go anywhere. Like, at least, like, maybe I'm just speaking from my own like self, but like, I'm a homebody. I like to be home a lot. And, so oftentimes I have to explain to him that we are grown adults and like we don't have to do it if we don't want to do it. So I try to like just push that and I'm like, look, it's cool. If you don't want to, we don't have to. Like it's cool. We can just hang out at home. It's like he's just very like yeah, he's very like go, 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 like always wanting to do something, always having a plan, you know. And if he is invited somewhere or, you know, if there's the opportunity to go and do something, he will just like jump right on it. Whereas I'm like, I'm gonna see how I feel. Like, I'm just gonna see how I feel. I might not. Like, I don't know, you know? And so I mean, it's cool because if I don't feel like going, oftentimes they'll be like, "You can go, it's cool. Like, you go have fun. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna read some books, or you know, just hang out." You know, um, but I try to tell them all the time because they'll feel like kind of stressed out about like going somewhere because we were invited or something, and I'm like, "Why are you stressing out? Like, we're literally grown adults. Like, we can do whatever we want." So I have to like remind him of that oftentimes. I don't know. I like to be home. Like, I like to go out and have fun, but I also really like to be home, so and I'm, like, finding that I like to be home a lot more lately, like, I don't know, I'm finding myself more comfortable in my home, and maybe it's just because of all my plants, I have no idea. But I'm having fun just, like, doing things around the house or, like, planting stuff in the yard, and I'm just comfortable with that, and I'm enjoying my peace. So, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel if I wanna go camping or not. So, I'll figure out Robin's Easter basket situation after that. I don't know, like, if we don't end up going, I'll just give it to her the weekend after. I was like, "Is she gonna know that Easter was the weekend before?" No, she's gonna have no idea. She has had just the time of her life the last few weekends, like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't remember doing this much stuff for, like, one holiday. It's just, like, crazy. But the zoo thing was a plan we had for a really long time. I kept telling my husband we should go to the zoo, it would be so much fun, and we should go before, before we have to pay for her to go. Like, she's free right now, so why not? And, so finally we were able to, like, make that work. Like, I had a day off that we had nothing planned. And I'm so glad we got to make it work because it was literally so worth it because she had the best time and just, like, watching her little face just light up, it was awesome. Yeah, and, like, I get a lot of, like, people saying, like, "Oh, she's not going to remember," or, like, "She's so young, like, she's not gonna know." And I'm like, "Yeah, but, like, I'll remember." Like, I'm gonna remember her going to the zoo for the first time or doing these fun things for the first time, and it's gonna make me feel good. It's gonna make me happy to, like, know that she had a good time, and, like, when they're, like, at this age, like, she's 2.5, like, there's everything is brand new. Every experience is brand new to them, and they're just, like, able to be more excited and express, like, their excitement. I don't know, it's just, like, super fun to watch them, like, experience things, like, she had no idea that the zoo really even existed. Like, I mean, I'm sure she'd seen it on Blippi or whatever, but, like, I don't think she knew that we could literally just go. Like, we could just go to the zoo. And then we got there and she was just like, "What?" It was so fun. Yeah, they're learning about the world. Yeah, there was at one point where she just, like, booked it, and I had to chase after her, and I was like, "Oh my god, no. This is, like, my worst nightmare." But she thought it was a game. It was fun for her. It's not fun for me. But luckily it wasn't very far. It was like a little play area, so we were ready to leave the play area, and she decided she was not ready to leave it. So she just beelined right for the play area. But it was a lot of fun. I just had such a great weekend. It like stressful, not really stressful, but like busy, but it was a lot of fun. I would love to go. I feel like the aquarium is probably next because she loved the hippos and, like, the fish so much. That was, like, so much fun for her. So I think that might be our next, like, family trip. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think I've covered a lot of things. We can go ahead and sprint again at 20, do another 40-minute sprint. What do you guys like? Did you guys like doing I know that I'll be able to finish this in 40 minutes, absolutely. So that would be nice. Maybe they Yeah, I don't know if they do or not. The last time I went, because the aquarium I'm talking about specifically is the aquarium of the Pacific. And the last time I went there, I took my niece when she was 3. and she's like 12 now or something. So it's been a really long time since my husband and I went, but I wonder if they do. But I know for sure they'll have like the penguins and stuff. And she might really like that. I am reading Fragments of Horror by Junji Ito. It's just like a horror short story collection by him. It's really, really good. Really, really creepy. There's like just the like his imagination. I don't know. It's just like wild some of the stories in here. Like that first story that I read was completely horrifying. Like the first story that I read since we started sprints, which is actually like the second story in the book, I think. Second or third story in the book. Um was horrifying. And then the story I read after that was kind of sad. And then the story I read after that was really gross. And then the story after that was kind of funny. Or the other way around. But anyway. It's just a whole mixed bag of emotions. But it's really, really good. I've only read Uzumaki. So this will be my second Junji Ito. I have Deserter, which I bought recently. I don't know if it's another short story collection or not, or what it is, to be honest. Have no idea, but I love it. But which after these sprints or during these sprints, I'm going to be able to finish that, and then I'm going to read the Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James because I want to read this so bad, like really, really, really bad. And my best friend was texting me yesterday, and she was like, "Have you read the Book of Cold Cases?" And I'm like, "No, but I really want to." So this is what I'm starting next. Might as well just sprint to the hour again. That's like my favorite way of doing it. It's just easy. Um, so yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit. All right. How much did you read that sprint? I just ended up finishing Fragments of Horror. And then I kind of just hung out for a bit. I didn't want to like jump right into the Book of Cold Cases. I think I'm going to do that next sprint. I'm excited. I hope I like it as much as everyone else has been liking it. Do you guys take your covers off your books when you read them? I do with like most of my books because I don't want to get them like messed up. Especially when I'm like reading around the house and like taking care of Robin because she tends to have very sticky fingers at all times. Yeah, a nice little break. Although I did realize like how tired I am. I'm so tired. So I definitely, I mean, next sprint is going to be my last sprint no matter what because I do have to pick Robin up, but I'll definitely be done after the next sprint. Because I am sleepy. My eyeballs are just exhausted. Yeah, I love taking the covers off. Like, I didn't do it with this one just because it's like, it's so short and it feels like a pretty heavy duty cover too. Like, I don't know, it's like super thick. But I didn't do it with this one. But I am going to do it with the Book of Cold Cases for sure. Somebody's calling me. Not right now. It's my husband. Let me text him and tell him. Remind him for like the third time that I'm going to be doing a live. Yeah, I don't like when they move either. And then I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they're just so easy to like tear. And I would just be devastated if I like tore it. So I take it off just in case there are messes and then, have a beautiful cover to put right back on it. You'd never be able to tell. Like I think I was reading A History of Wild Places or something and it looks like there's like a smudge of something right here. But I think it's like Robin touched it with her fingers and they had some sort of sticky residue that she tracks around the house. Well, yeah, so I did finish it. I really liked it. I got the last story in here has that very familiar like meme. I like posted about it because I was talking about my plants all the time. That very familiar like meme picture. So I took a picture of it and I put buy more plants. But I really like it's so pretty. I don't know, it's just his artwork is just it's insane. It's so cool. It's really, really cool. I like just want to read a ton of manga from him, but and just manga in general. I've been really interested in reading a series called Erased. And I was talking to someone at work about it because she's also like very much into manga. And she was like, well, because I was talking about how expensive they are. Because like I legitimately want to read it. And when I read mangas, like I like to purchase them. Like mangas, not always graphic novels. Most of the time I can get them on Hoopla. But if I am really enjoying the story, like I'd rather just have them in person, like physically. So I was going to buy the first volume of Erased, and on Amazon it was like $50. And then I looked at Barnes and Noble and it was like $40. And I was like, what? Why is it so expensive? I don't know. Maybe because it's, like, popular. I think there's an anime too. But, she said that if she, does decide to read it, which she is very much thinking of reading, the Erased series, that she will buy the books and she will let me borrow them. So that's really cool. Because I did let her borrow, The Girl from the Other Side, like, the first four volumes of 4, yeah, I think it was the first 4, because those are the ones I have, and so I'm very excited to hear what she thinks about those, and I thought that was very sweet of her because, I mean, I like loaning out my books, but not everyone likes to do that, and I get it. So I think it's very sweet that she is willing to let me borrow it and read it because I know that she does like to collect things, especially mangas. So, I'm going to be very, very gentle with those. That's for sure. Yes, he does do gross very well. Like, really, yeah, very gross. There's some gross stuff in this one. I'm excited to read like his other stuff now. Now I want to buy another one. I mean, I guess I could read Deserter. I hope it's not part of like a series or something. I just bought it because it was like, I don't know, cheap. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not like a series. I don't think it is. I want to say it's just another collection of stories. So, sorry. 1 second. Okay. All right. So that's about it. Really like this. I am excited to read the book called Cases. Everyone seems to be really liking it. I did purchase Kane's Jawbone after talking to Carol about it. Not the last live, but like I think the live we did before that, like maybe a month ago. Anyway, I'm only on page 2. I haven't even ripped them out yet. Like it's very time consuming. So I haven't even ripped them out yet, but I wanted to show you guys like my progress. So I figured I would just go from page to page and take as many notes and highlight as many things as possible before I rip the pages out. I don't know, that's just kind of my strategy with tackling it. But I've only done 2 pages and I have a lot of notes. So like this is page 1 and that's like my highlighted stuff, which I didn't highlight a whole lot, but I did take a lot of notes. So there's like this page of notes and this page of notes. And then page 2 looks very similar, but it's like more highlighted because there's like a lot of literary references in that one. But question, Carol, are you also reading the literary references? Like, do you think that should be part of the strategy? Do you think that's part of solving it is like reading all of the material? Like, I'm very curious because there is, like, I get where you're going to be able to like connect certain pages, like based on the references, obviously, like the literary references. There's, depending on like where it's located, or I don't know how to explain it. But like, do you think we would need to read the references? Because that's where I'm like, my brain is heading, and I feel like it's going to be such a long process. And like, how, I, I, I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting the summary of the reference or mythology or historical moment. Okay. Because I was just like, okay, so this is reference from this poem or this like essay or this story. And then I'm like, should I read all of this? Like, is this going to come into play later? Is this why it's so difficult? But it's just like, so I should just be taking notes on like essentially what that's about. So like Spark Notes, those references. Because I was like, I don't know, I'm starting to think I might have to read these references, and then now, like, that's just gonna take forever. And I'm in a slump right now, so that's why I'm not even messing with it. But I just wanted to show you guys, like, if you're curious about it and you wanted to know, like, I don't know, how my experience is going, which not very well, apparently, just 2 pages in. But I don't know. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna do that because I was like, should I read all this? And then it was overwhelming. Now I feel a little bit better about it. I think I'm just gonna continue to like read from page to page, like page to page after page for the rest of the book, and like take the notes as I go, and then I'll rip them out and connect stuff. But I don't know. Super complicated. Very complicated. I don't know. I don't know why I thought I was gonna just like try it, or that I would ever be able to solve it, but it's still just fun doing it. Hi, Marcy. How are you doing today? It's for sure. It's very like overwhelming. I don't know. I'm only 2 pages in, but it was overwhelming to me just the thought of like, am I gonna have to read these references to be able to solve it? Like, that's what kind of overwhelmed me. But I think if I just take it page by page and just take as many notes as possible on each page, and it'll make connecting the dots easier later on. But I do feel like really, really, really dumb. Just like extremely dumb. I don't know. But I'm like, I'm attempting it. I've like talked to some people at work about it, and I was telling them all about my experience, and they're just like, girl, you crazy, but okay. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I might hit that point, like, right now. Like, I'm just literally not even touching it because I just haven't been reading. But I am kind of, like, curious if I should pick it up tonight, or maybe I'll just hold off and wait till the weekend, or I don't know. Yeah, I see, and that's what makes me think, like, perhaps it was easier for them in that time because they had either read all of that reference work because that was, like, their time period, or it was just, like, I don't know. Or maybe it made it easier for them because, like, the, like, verbiage was more, like, easier to understand, like, the way in which they use words, because I know that there's, like, a lot of really complicated, like, I don't know, like, maybe slang or, like, things like that that are would be more familiar, like, back in the 30s, like, I don't know. I wasn't alive then. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try to figure out. It's fine. We're doing fine. I'm not doing that during the sprints right now. We're just gonna have an easygoing, very relaxing read. I don't know how they did it either, so it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's just gonna be a lot of stuff I'm gonna be like, I don't know what they mean by that. Like, what? But it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna have some fun with it. I'm not even like trying to solve it for the end of the year either. Like, if I don't get the cash prize, like, I really don't care. To just say that I've solved it would be awesome. Like, I just really don't. I would just really like to like be that fourth person, and that would be really cool. But I doubt. I doubt it's gonna be me. Okay, favorite underrated book that you want everyone to read? I feel like I'm constantly saying that books are underrated, but then forget. Okay. Here I am forgetting every book I ever read. Um, don't do this to me. I don't know. I literally can't think of anything. My brain just went completely blank. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm always hyping up 11/22/63, but I don't know if that's considered underrated because that's literally Stephen King. Like, how is that underrated? Oh, like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what I like because I feel like the books that I truly do love are pretty beloved in like the horror community. So it's like I don't know, like, I feel very uncomfortable saying something's underrated because I could easily just be like, "This book's underrated," just because I haven't seen a whole lot of people talk about it, but, like, someone's gonna be like, "Oh, well, yeah, like, everyone loves that book." Like, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Probably The Devil Crept In by Anya Allborn. I just love that book so much. It's, like, one of my favorites, and I do see a lot more people reading Anya Allborn now, so I don't think she's as underrated as she was, say, like, when I first read that book. Now I believe she's a lot more popular, a lot more people are picking up her stuff. Um, Maybe A Cosmology of Monsters. I love that book, and I really don't see a lot of people talking about that book. That one's a really good one. Hmm. And I really don't know. I really don't know. The Between by Tananarive Due. Fantastic psychological horror if you like psychological horror. Mind blowing. Loved that one. And I never see people talk about it. So that is one. It really did throw me off though. It really well, it's really like it's like that thing, like, what's your all-time favorite book? Like, and then you go completely blank. Like, I never know what to tell people because I'm always like, "Okay, well, what genre are we talking about?" Because I feel like that makes a difference. Like, I have favorites in every genre, and I can't just, like, pick one out of those because you can't just pick one. You just can't pick one book. I can't I don't know. I don't think I ever could. Your house is on fire, children all gone. Okay, that one looks really, really like after you read that one, that has been one that I've been wanting to read. And it sounds like it'll be really, really good. We Ride Upon Sticks by Quan Perry. We've Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley. I still have not read We Have Always Lived in the Castle. Still have not read that one. Like, I'm not doing a very good job at my physical TBR at all. Like, it's just not happening. Except for when I finally pick up Flowers in the Attic. That's going to be the game changer because I've had that book on my shelf for a really, really, really long time. So to like finally be getting to that, it's gonna feel really awesome. But there are just like so many books on my shelf that I read. I'm still here thinking about underrated books that I've loved. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe Night Bitch. Night Bitch is actually really freaking good. And I feel like it didn't really get a lot of like buzz or like not a lot of people talked about that book when it came out other than the people who were suggesting it to us for the group. Like I think That's about it. So Night Bitch, underrated, good book. Yeah. I don't know, I'm gonna be thinking about this all night now. I'm gonna be like, "Why?" Oh, Creatures of Passage, yes! Yes. That book is so good. You definitely did spell it wrong. You definitely got you definitely spelled that name wrong. But we read that book back in, I want to say November, but I'm probably wrong. At some point, we read that first Act So Strange. And that book was so, so good, and I never saw people talk about that book. Not a one besides us. We read it in August. No, July. Read it in July. Wow. That was that long ago? That's crazy. It was almost a year ago. Well, that's good. I feel like that's deserving because it was a really great book. And I was like very pleasantly surprised by it. Because I was hesitant going in. It's like a book I didn't hear a lot of buzz about, and it was just like it sounded really good, but I had no idea what it was where like how it was gonna play out. But it was done really, really well. Really liked that. Yeah. We could probably just sprint again at like 5:30, somewhere around there. I don't know. I feel like I've been talking so much. But I do this. Like, I'll seriously just like talk and talk and talk because I just get really uncomfortable in awkward silence, which is like the worst thing to happen. Like, to have to be like live by yourself because it's literally just silence. And then you're talking into the silence. And then I don't know. Yeah, it was there were not a lot of people at all reading that book, and I was really pleasantly surprised too, yeah. I think those of us who ended up reading it all loved that book. I think we all rated it like 5 stars. First String. Oh! The Devourer. Oh my god, I love that book. That is super underrated, and I love that book. You are so right. Oh, look at you just knowing the book. Where is it? This one. I love this book. I tabbed this book up so much. I loved it. It's written so beautifully. It's a horror book that is based off of like a manuscript. It is written by an author from India. It's amazing. Like so good. And it's funny because I've actually been thinking about this book like for the past few weeks and I just like completely blanked out and did not think of it right this second. But I've been thinking about this book. Like I can't get this book out of my head. It's like always just in the back of my mind. That was a fantastic book. It's by Indra Das. And it has like the most beautiful cover. I don't know, it just reminds me of it kind of reminds me of my tattoo a little bit. Like I have a tattoo on my side that looks like the lady looks similar to that. And it just like it's just so beautiful. Oh my god. I think I'm literally probably the only person that I've ever talked to that has read that book. Like I don't know anybody. I found that book on a Reddit post because one of our Strangeathon prompts, which was a difficult prompt, I don't think we'll be doing it this year because I feel like it was pretty difficult, but it was to read a book from a non-human POV. And that book I ended up finding on Reddit somewhere. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I looked it up, saw the cover, obviously was enamored by it. And then I read what it was about. And it's essentially like a werewolf story, and it's supposed to be like very brutal and all this. And then I was like, wow, that seems interesting. And so I I was just going off on a tangent about the Devourers because we were talking about underhyped books, like favorite books of ours.
Yeah.
And so, of course,
I know you love that book.
I didn't even think about it either. And I was just like, oh, this book and this book. And I didn't even think about the Devourers. And I like absolutely love this book. But it's just written so, so beautifully. It's such an interesting story.
I have to read it.
I don't know how to explain it. Should I read the back?
Yeah, go for it.
On a cool evening in Kolkata, India, college professor Alok encounters a mysterious stranger who reveals part of an extraordinary story. Tantalized by the man's unfinished tale, Alok will do anything to hear its conclusion. So Alok agrees, at the stranger's behest, to transcribe a collection of battered notebooks, weathered parchments, and once living skins. These documents spills the chronicle of a race of people at once more than human, yet kin to beasts, ruled by instincts and desires blood deep and ages old, and the lone woman who dares to defy them. Lauded by critics and readers alike, Indradusa's incredible debut novel is laced with elements of folklore and fantasy, but offers plenty of dark surprises and lush prose behind every frond and tree. It's so, I don't know, it's so good.
That sounds so good. I need to read it because I love folklore, I love fantasy, and so I feel like it's like the perfect book.
Yeah, it's just like it's such a deep tale that you're just like, wow, like I didn't even think it was gonna be this deep, but everything is so deep and it just hits you right there. And it really
And it's a short book, right? It's not like that.
Yeah, it's really not that long. It is 300 pages.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
And I mean, come on. It's like
it's super cute. Oh my gosh, that
and
cover.
The back is cool. I love it. God, I want to reread this now. Now I want to read it again. I might just read it just so I feel like something again.
You should. She's like, I just want to feel something.
I just want to feel. I feel like I really, really would like to.
Yes. That's awesome. I love that cover. And before you, the only one that I had heard of that was like that name was I can't even remember the name of, or the writer of the book, but there's like another book with that name, or maybe it's like close to that name. So I always, whenever you would mention it, I would confuse it with that book. Oh, The Diviners. Never mind. Just kidding. It sounds alike.
Completely different book, but it does sound similar. I think it might help my slump too, Carol, that I might have to just fit this in and then like read the Book of Cold Cases after.
Sometimes when you're in a slump, you just need that like comfort reread to just push you. And I know you were in a slump when you read The Devourers, and that sort of like
it did get me out of it.
I don't think it really got you out of it because you went like right back to being in a slump afterwards, but you enjoyed, like you wanted to read that book.
Yes, it made me so like I was so yeah.
You're reading Cold Cases now, the Book of Cold Cases?
I haven't started it yet. I literally just finished Fragments of Horror by Junji Ito.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I finally finished something, so I feel good. Maybe I'll start the Book of Cold Cases.
I'm 100 pages into the Book of Cold Cases, and I'm really enjoying it, being that I read The Sundown Motel whenever that came out, and I really wasn't, I mean, it was okay. I wasn't a huge fan of it like I thought I was going to be because everybody like raves of her writing. But I heard that The Broken Girls, or
love The Broken Girls.
That's so much better.
Love The Broken Girls. I have not read The Sundown Motel, and the whole reason is because of the mixed stuff that I've heard about it, because I loved The Broken Girls so much, and then I'm like, I don't want to read The Sundown Motel and like hate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I think you will.
Mad.
I think you will. My friend Tali, she loves Broken Girls, and so when Sundown Motel came out, she ran to read it because she loved the other one, and she was so disappointed. But she's really loving the Book of Cold Cases. So
That's great, because that's
yeah,
also what I'm hearing. A lot of people that didn't really like the Sundown Motel were disappointed about it, but love the Broken Girls are really loving this. So I feel
yeah,
confident
yeah.
that I'm going to enjoy it.
It's really good. It's very atmospheric, and I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. I started it. I think it was last month. Somebody was reading it for a book club. I can't remember who it was, and so I was reading it for the book club. But because I'm like in the middle of so many books and nothing, while I'm enjoying everything that I'm reading, nothing was like really grabbing my attention. I sort of started shuffling through books again, and I sort of left this one behind. And so I started reading again today. I read like another 10 pages and I'm hooked. So I think I'm going to just continue this one and finish it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna reread this
You
one. It
should. You
hasn't
should.
even been a year since I read it.
Mm.
Like, I read it during Strange-a-thon, so
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
That's
I
right.
just really, really want I feel like I need it. I mean, like, look at how many
I know.
I didn't even remember tabbing it this much. But looking at it now, I was like, "Damn, I really did like this."
I was going to say it when you were like swinging it around. I saw the tabs. I was going to say, wow.
Dang, and I really don't I'm bad I'm a bad tabber. I'm bad because I will start to tab and then, like,
You forget. Yeah.
yeah, just completely stop and won't pick it up again. So
Yeah.
then, like, actually having tabbed all of this in here meant that I, like, really struck a chord with me, and I was like, "Wow."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Well, yeah, do you wanna sprint with me one last time before
Yeah.
I
Let's do it.
go? We'll
Yeah.
just do
Let's
it
do it.
to, like, the hour,
Yeah.
and then I gotta go pick up Robin, so, yeah, I
Awesome.
think I'm just gonna start reading.
Yay.
Yay!
Alrighty.
Yay to rereads. Alright, ready. All right, I'm glad I did this.
Are you enjoying it again?
Yeah, I'm 21 pages in, but yeah, I'm really,
Nice.
yeah. I know I'm gonna have a fun time rereading this because I'm already like, oh, okay, now I'm getting it. Now I'm seeing what's gonna happen. It's always interesting too, knowing like how it ends, rereading it and like
Yeah.
seeing things and experiencing it differently.
Yeah. And are you like enjoying the beginning of it? Like, are you in anticipation of the rest because you know what's going to happen? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm already like, okay, so now let's meet the lady. And yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I'm
That's
excited.
awesome.
Yeah. I might even like go ahead and like actually highlight some stuff in here too. So that'll be nice. Like I just have the tabs, but it'll be nice to have actual highlights of specific quotes and stuff that I like.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
so it'll be fun. Are you so you're still enjoying the Book of Cold Cases?
Yeah, I was
What
on
did you read?
page, I think I was on page 99 when I started, so 100, and I got to page 120. And there
Oh,
was like a part here that literally gave me chills. I was like, "Ooh."
oh, okay, okay. I'm really excited to read it. I cannot wait. Like
Yeah.
everyone seems to be really liking that one.
It's
So
good. The atmosphere is on point, man. Like the atmosphere is good. And I mean, from the beginning, the atmosphere is really, really good. But it's on page 100. Well, actually, it's before page 100 that something really, really creepy happens. And then you sort of get like a break from that. And then just this other creepy thing. I was like, and usually I don't get chills, but just reading it, it was like almost like watching a horror movie, like waiting for that little element, like that little subtle horror element. And I
right.
just got chills. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to read it. I'm so so excited. Like I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
been
really good.
this like hyped up to read a book of the month book since I read Home Before Dark.
Oh,
Like I've
yeah.
been pretty like excited to read some of them, but like this hype,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I want to start it now. Yeah.
Yeah. I've read from the book of the month this year so far, I've read The Push. I've read A Flicker in the Dark.
How did you like A Flicker in the Dark? Because
I loved it.
okay. Because I have that one and it's like it just sounds so good, but I've heard like maybe just because I haven't been on like BookTube as much, but I haven't seen anyone talk about it. So
I
I'm like,
loved it. Yeah, I haven't done a wrap up on my channel since December of last year, and so I haven't really gotten a chance to talk about like all the books that I've been reading in January, February, and March. I am going to do a March wrap up though cuz I wanted to do recent reads, but I just can't get the hang of it, like trying to break uh a routine or a way of doing things is really hard for me. So I'm like, you know what? I'll do a March wrap up and then I'll maybe probably do like a winter reads that I enjoyed and only talk about the books that I really enjoyed. But I enjoyed A
right,
Flicker in the Dark. And what was the last one that I read also that was like cult like? And I was obsessed with that book as well. And I gave it 5 stars. So, I mean, I've been having great luck with Book of
right.
the
I
Month
mean, we
lately.
loved A History of Wild Places. That was
That's the one. That's the one
okay.
that we read. Yes. A History
Yeah,
of Wild Places was 5 stars for me. I
loved it.
loved that book.
Loved it too, but I didn't have like that hype because I was like still kind of nervous going into it. With like I did love The Wicked Deep, but like I think I still only gave it like maybe 3.5 or 4 stars. So I
Uh-huh.
was like still like, am I
Yeah.
gonna love this? Am I gonna not love it?
Yeah.
So I wasn't as like super, super hype.
I loved
I'm super hyped for
The
this.
Wicked Deep. Like I loved that book so much, but I
Hmm.
know a lot of people really didn't. Oh shit, sorry. I know a lot of people didn't, and it just saddens me because I just thought it was just so magical and
I
so like
loved I loved the writing style.
yeah,
I loved the background story about the like the sisters or
yeah,
whatever. I think it just really came down to the end, and I think I don't know, like, I just felt
Maybe
like
underwhelmed.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't remember the ending. I mean, I read this book here. Let me see what I gave it because I might be talking crap. Because I mean, I remember like just when she describes the apple orchard, I felt like I was standing at the apple orchard with them. Oh, yeah, I gave it 5 stars. I loved it.
yeah.
But I read
It
it
was so
back.
cool.
Yeah, I read it back in, I read it 3 years ago. So I don't remember the ending too much.
That's one of those books that, like, the writing is very descriptive, but in a way that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I just did feel very underwhelmed by it
Maybe. Yeah.
at the end of it all. But I still really liked it.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, so you're probably exhausted. I mean, it's super late where you are.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock over here.
It's only 6, and I do have to go pick Robin up. So I'm going to end the sprints, but thanks, Marcy, for hopping on for this
Of course, I'm
tournament.
so sorry. When you were messaging me, I was like out in the streets, or when you sent the message, I was out in the
Mhm.
streets and I was like, dang it. So I was like
No,
trying to
it's
rush.
totally fine. The sprints are just a free for all. Anyone who wants to hop on, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, I just try to do them whenever I have, like, I know I'll have a few hours free. So
Yeah.
I'll just schedule them for whenever, and whoever can make it can make it. So that's
Yeah.
just how it works.
It was fun.
But yeah, I'm excited. I think I'll probably schedule some more like this weekend. I know weekends are like hard for you though, or not this weekend, but next weekend. Um,
Yeah, I'll
but
try.
I
I
don't know. I
mean,
haven't figured out a time yet for them. So like I might do early sprints, like earlier in the
okay.
day, like
Yeah, those
morning
are
type
good.
sprints or something, that works for like people on the different time zones and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for everyone for being here and yeah, just chatting with me, making me not feel so alone, and then listening to me just go on and on about nonsense. So but it was still a lot of fun and I can't wait for next time. I'll let you guys know. It should be probably next weekend.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I don't know, like 22nd, 23rd, something like that. I don't know, whatever the
Cool.
date works out to be. But yeah, so
Awesome.
I'll schedule some for then, and then any other day that I've like, I'll just have to see my schedule for next week to see if I have some time throughout the week. But yeah,
Sounds
for
good.
sure. Thanks for hopping on, and
Thank
thank you
you.
everyone in the chat for being here. And we'll see you next time. Check out the Stacks of Strange Instagram for all updates on all the things. Okay, bye.
Bye.